What is going on, YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and today we are hitting the Regulation H ranked ladder with this OG Jotunian Typhlosion team. Typhlosion either does so much insane damage with Eruption and Terra Fire that things go really quickly, or Typhlosion takes a lot of damage and things go south very quickly. But without further ado, let's jump right on in to the team here. So we have our Typhlosion with the Fire Terra type and the Charcoal item to boost up our Fire type attacks. And we have our Eruption here to do major damage, especially if we get Sun up on the field, because we do have Sunny Day on our Whimsicott. We have Lava Plume here as opposed to Heat Wave for a secondary Fire type attack. And what I was thinking here is, while Lava Plume can hit our partner Pokemon, it's not the worst thing for Baxcalibur or Armarouge, since they both have abilities that like being hit by Fire type attacks. So with Baxcalibur here, we have the Water Terra type to resist Fire type damage, and we have the Loaded Dice to make sure that our Icicle Spear and our Scale Shot are guaranteed to hit a minimum of 4 times. And the idea here is, with Thermal Exchange, if we get hit with the Lava Plume, we do take a little bit of damage, but we do get an attack boost, so then we can have a +1 Baxcalibur to do major damage with both Icicle Spear and Scale Shot. And if we land a Scale Shot, well, now we're getting a speed boost on top of that. And the reason why I say if we land a Scale Shot is it is 90 accuracy, and for whatever reason, I have terrible luck with this move, so yeah, Icicle Spear is definitely my favorite move out of the two of them here, because it has that 100 accuracy. And then we have High Horsepower to round out the damage option right here with Ground type coverage to hit any pesky Steel types that would otherwise wall Baxcalibur, especially any pesky Steel types that Typhlosion might not necessarily be around for if it goes down. So we do have that. We have Indeedee here with Trick Room and Follow Me here, so we can get the Trick Room up for the Armarouge or the King Gambit. We have Follow Me to redirect away attacks from Baxcalibur and Typhlosion. We also have the Follow Me here too to get Trick Room up with Armarouge, because Armarouge also knows Trick Room. And then we have Alluring Voice for a little bit of Fairy type chip damage. So now on to Armarouge. Like Typhlosion, this Armarouge does have the Flash Fire ability. So if you get hit by a Fire type attack, well, your Fire type moves are going to go up in power, and you have a nice Fire type immunity right here. So Armarouge is going to be dependent on either Typhlosion or Indeedee, and honestly, it's a decent Pokemon in its own right, so even if we don't get the setup, Armarouge still can threaten my opponents. But it's going to be nice to have that setup if possible, in the bare minimum, at least to getting Expanding Force up with the Psychic Terrain. Then we can have that spread option there as well. So we have Armor Cannon and Expanding Force for two strong stab options here. Expanding Force does get a power up on the Psychic Terrain, and Armor Cannon, while it is basically a Fire type close combat, it will also get a nice power up from both Flash Fire getting hit with Lava Plume or just Sunny Day off of the Whimsicott, which could be great. And we have Energy Ball here to have a little bit of stab damage with our Grass Terra type, which I do like the idea of becoming a Grass type here. And since we do have the Flash Fire, we do have one less weakness on that Grass typing right here, while also being able to dodge Rage Powder and Spore and Sleep Powder, which is going to be really nice. So there is that, and honestly, not going to lie, Armarouge pops off pretty hard in this video. I've already filmed the battles, but anyways, Armarouge does kind of pop off, and I really like that. We have Assault Vested, Terra Fairy, King Gambit right here. King Gambit is a nice Pokemon here because we do have the Sucker Punch to get around Choice Scarf Pokemon, and we can also pick off weakened things. Kowtow Cleave is a nice, strong stab option as well, and then we have Iron Head to hit pesky Fairy types, while also having Low Kick to hit opposing King Gambit or any Dark or Steel types. Yeah, basically any Pokemon that shares a typing with King Gambit to some degree, they're not going to appreciate a Low Kick as well for some super effective fighting type damage. So that could be relatively nice. And plus we have Defiant here as well. So if we take an Intimidate, great, we get a power boost as well. And then finally we have Whimsicott. We have Terra Dark to get around Prankster Pokemon if we really need it. It's very rare that I click the Terra Dark on Whimsicott. We have the Covert Cloak as well to protect Whimsicott from Fake Out. And this is going to be really nice here too. We have the Tailwind for speed control. We have Moonblast to have some Fairy type damage. And then we have the Sunny Day to enable Typhlosion and Armarouge. So that's going to be really good. So without further ado, let's jump right on in to the battles. Alright, we've got Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Rillaboom for Rigraff, Incineroar, Whimsicott, and Quaquaval. Alright. The Quaquaval is awesome. I like Quaquaval. honestly, I think Bax and Typhlosion might be okay here too. Depending on how my opponent leads, I can always switch in Indeedee. Whimsicott could be nice too. Actually, you know what? Typhlosion might be alright here. Typhlosion, Whimsicott might be nice. I can always bring in Indeedee. And King Gambit could be nice for the Sucker Punch stuff. Low Kick for Incin. I mean, I have Fairy Terra for the Quaquaval. Yeah, King Gambit looks nice here too. So yeah, we might do that. We might still bring in Bax. I mean, if I don't see an Incin lead, I could always go. I could always go in for. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I was gonna say if I don't see an Incin lead, I can always just go for the Sunny Day. There we go. That's what I was trying to get out of me. Why was that so hard, Shucko? Why was that so hard? I think I'll bring the Bax for the Blood Moon. Yeah, the Blood Moon, the Rillaboom, they don't appreciate the Icicle Spear. Bax might be in a little bit of trouble though if I take an Intimidate drop. But we'll find out. Farigiraf, Ursaluna. Okay, they're going Trick Room mode, so I think what I do, I think I click Sunny Day and Eruption right out of the gate. And we go for as much damage as possible with this Charcoal. We're going to get our Terastallization on Typhlosion. We're going to go for that Eruption. And hopefully, unless this Farigiraf is like, I don't know, like super specially defensive, we should be able to do a lot of damage. And maybe I luck out. Maybe my opponent just doesn't protect with Ursaluna. Maybe they go Hyper Voice. I mean, ideally, that's the perfect world. They go Hyper Voice and Trick Room. And I just knock them both out. That would be amazing. Typhlosion, you got one job. Knock out the Farigiraf. Bonus points if you get the Ursaluna. Alright, so let's get our Terra off. We're going to become a even more fire type. We are now an Inferno type. So yeah, anyways. Helping Hand, okay. Are you going to Vacuum Wave? Oh, I hope you don't Vacuum. Yeah, yeah, Vacuum Wave can still go after. Nope, perfect. Okay, we get our Sun up. We get our Eruption. We're gonna nail both of them for a double knockout. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Doesn't matter if you get a Helping Hand if you faint. That's the Helping Hand right there. Just Farigiraf just slowly pushing Ursaluna down. But yeah, anyways, now we Tailwind. Now we Eruption. If Incin comes in here, I mean, we can also protect. Yeah. Yeah. That worked out great for Typhlosion, not gonna lie. And here comes the Incin, so I'm going to protect Typhlosion, because I can probably take I might take an Aqua Step off of the Quaquaval, which I don't want to. And I'm going to get the Tailwind up. In this way, this keeps my bases covered from the Fake Out. And plus, I could always bring in... I could have just brought in Indeedee here, but I'd rather get the Tailwind up just so I have the speed on Typhlosion. And my opponent forfeits. Alright, alright. One turn win. Go Typhlosion. Oh, I am very happy about that. That was a quick one. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got Incineroar, Talonflame, Hisuian Samurott, Amoonguss, Goldengo, and Rillaboom. Well, Typhlosion prefers 3 out of 6 of these Pokemon. It does not care for the rest of them. So I don't think Typhlosion's going to be the right call here. This might be an Indeedee Armarouge. Or actually, this might be an Armarouge Whimsicott lead. Because I can always bring in the Psychic Terrain. Or I can go Tailwind. Yeah, I could potentially do something like that. I could always go Terra Grass on the Armarouge to get around Spore and Aqua Cutter off of Hisuian Samurott. I think King Gambit could be okay. And we'll bring the Typhlosion just in case. No, I think we bring the Indeedee instead, because then that way we get the Psychic Terrain. Yeah. I like the idea of having the Psychic Terrain to deal with that Rillaboom, so I think that's what we're going to do. And plus, I can always switch Indeedee in, go Terra Grass, and then Expanding Force. So I think that's probably okay. Hisuian Samurott and Talonflame, that screams Tailwind. That screams Tailwind and a lot of disgusting stuff, which I don't really want to deal with, but I can always pop the Energy Ball into the the Samurott, and I think I go for... I think I'm okay here, but I don't know. You know what? We're gonna do... If they go Tailwind, then they have priority Brave Bird if I don't break their Gale Wings. So I think I'm gonna go for the Moonblast just to get a little bit of chip into Talonflame. And then this way, they can't go for a priority Brave Bird. They would still be able to outspeed me with Brave Bird, but I can always switch out Armarouge. So there's the Tailwind. I'm gonna break their Gale Wings. Ceaseless Edge is coming out of Samurott, and it's gonna miss Armarouge. So on one hand, I'm okay with popping my Terra Grass here because it's gonna do a lot of damage to that Samurott. But yeah, I'm in a little bit of a situation. I think. Ooh, you know what? I could always switch into King Gambit now, and I can always Sucker Punch the Talonflame. So I'm going to Moonblast into the Samurott with Whimsicott. I'm going to bring in Gambit. I have the Sucker Punch. Brave Bird is no longer a priority move thanks to the broken Gale Wings. So King Gambit should resist this, and we can Sucker Punch them. And honestly, Samurott's not going to appreciate... Samurott also hits the King Gambit too. Okay, so Samurott's not going to appreciate the Moonblast. King Gambit can go for the Sucker Punch into Talonflame, do some decent damage. I don't really love the idea of taking a little bit of entry hazard damage with Indeedee or Armarouge, but a late game Tailwind could be nice. Honestly, getting Psychic Terrain up could be really nice too, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Sucker Punch into the Talonflame. I'm going to bring in the Indeedee right now just to undo the Grassy Terrain. And then that way, no Grassy Glide. I don't have to worry about Fake Out. And Indeedee can redirect away Rillaboom's attacks from King Gambit. And plus, I mean, Armarouge can always fire that Armor Cannon off into Rillaboom, so there is that. So we'll undo the Psychic Terrain, we'll protect ourselves from Fake Out, and we'll try to Sucker Punch this Talonflame. Oh, they went for a status move. Probably Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, okay. Not ideal, but I can deal with it. High horsepower, that's a good chunk of damage. Not gonna lie. But I think what I do here is... I think I just try to get a little bit of chip into the Talonflame. I think I protect Indeedee. I think I Trick Room. Yeah, I think I Trick Room, and I think I get the Expanding Force. I think that's what I want to do here. I bring in the Expanding Force. I can do some major damage. Talonflame won't love it. Rillaboom probably will laugh a little bit if it's Assault Vested. Also, we got a crit off the Sucker Punch. That's okay. I can live with that. That should be enough to knock out Talonflame from recoil. Indeedee lived. Indeedee lived. Okay. That's great. Alright. So, Gambit's going to have 11 HP. Their Tailwind is gone. I'm going to Kowtow into the Rillaboom. I'm going to protect Indeedee this turn. And then I can bring in Armarouge and I can start clicking Expanding Force. Yeah, Talonflame's actually going to withdraw. Okay, I can work with that. Something the festive. It's a Mungus. Okay. I can still work with this. I have Armarouge coming in here. I have Expanding Force. And I'm also going to get a little bit of chip into the Rillaboom, which is nice. So, Woodhammer off into Indeedee. That's fine. Armarouge is Terra Grass, so I don't have to worry about Spore or Rage Powder. I get Expanding Force. Expanding Force is going to do so much damage to that Amoonguss. Even if they Terra, Amoonguss is not going to like it. And honestly, I kind of want to bring in Whimsicott just to get the Sunny Day up too. Yeah. And then that way too, that also covers if Indeedee, or if Rillaboom switching Indeedee out covers that too. Because I can always get the Psychic Terrain in late last minute too. So I think that's alright. And plus, Amoonguss can't Spore Whimsicott either, so... If my Trick Room stalls out, which, I mean, it very well could, I can always go for a Tailwind and then go from there. So, we'll bring Whimsicott back. We'll take a little bit of chip damage from the spikes, but you know what, that's fine. I'm Covert Cloak, and Rillaboom did switch out, so I did need that. Amoonguss might protect this turn, and if they do, I mean, not the end of the world. They went for the Spore into the Indeedee slot. Great. We're going to get the Expanding Force off. No Terastallization, which means they're going to eat a super effective Expanding Force. And now what I can do is Rillaboom can come in here. They could technically fake out Armarouge, but Whimsicott can always... not Expanding Force. That'd be wild if Whimsicott could Expanding Force. You know what? We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again with the Expanding Force, because this is exactly why I did this. And my opponent forfeits. Alright, so that works out too. Yeah, because I could have just switched it in Indeedee, so I will definitely take that. I think that battle could have still played out. I think that could have gone a lot longer, but yeah, if they want to end it there and they don't want to eat that Expanding Force, power to them. Good game to my opponent. Alright, we've got Galarian Weezing, Corviknight, Pawmot, Toedscruel, Hisuian, Typhlosion, and Garchomp. Okay, so the Galarian Weezing with the neutralizing gas could be a little bit annoying, but honestly, Eruption does not look that bad. Eruption does not look bad at all. Especially since Whimsicott is faster than the majority of these Pokemon too, so that's really nice. Okay, we'll do that. We'll bring Baxcalibur. I really want to try to get Baxcalibur to do something here. So we're going to try to bring in Bax, and honestly, King Gambit could be really nice with Sucker Punch potential there too. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're gonna try to get Tailwind up for Typhlosion. We're gonna try to do some major damage to stuff with Tailwind Eruption, and if we can get the Sun up, even better. At worst case scenario, we call on King Gambit and try to do some damage there. Hello, Noelle. Oh, you're okay. Oh, come here. Okay. It's going to be Weezing and Toedscruel, and man, that is a beautiful shiny on that Toedscruel. Now, the only thing is, I'm not sure how fast Toedscruel is. And because I'm second-guessing it, I'm not going to Terra Fire. I am going to Tailwind just in case Whimsicott is faster. And this way, Typhlosion should be fast enough to go for this Eruption. And that'll do some decent damage. So there goes Toedscruel right there. We don't have to worry about the Spore. The Weezing could... Yeah, they're just going to Sludge Bomb me. So, you know what? I'm going to lose Whimsicott, but I have Tailwind up. And honestly... this would have been perfect for... this would have been perfect for Lava Plume, but I can't go for it because of the neutralizing gas. So, I'm going to potentially have to protect Baxcalibur here. You know what? I'm gonna go for the eruption, and I'm gonna go for the icicle spear just in case. Palmot is sashed and they don't go for protect. I have a strong suspicion that the wheezing protects here, so I don't want to go for the lava plume just yet. I want to get the lava plume off once I know neutralizing gas is off the field, and we go from there. So wheezing's actually going to withdraw, so I mean, the more I know, I mean, I could have just ended up... Oh, here comes Typhlosion instead. Okay, you know what? That's fine. You're not going to appreciate an eruption. Yeah. And that is your friend Palmot. Alright, so... Now what I can do is... I could high horsepower into the Hisuian Typhlosion with Bax. And I could just go for the eruption. Palmot is gone, Toadscruel is gone. Hisuian Typhlosion has a lot on its plate to cover right now, and thankfully I don't have to worry too much about it. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the Terra Water on Bax, just in case, because I'm neutral to fire. And I'm going to click the Eruption. I'm going to click the Terra Water, and I'm going to go for that high horsepower. And the battle is cancelled. So, that works out in the end, too. We could definitely take it. Would have loved to have had Flash Fire active, too, for an Eruption off the Hisuian Typhlosion. But hey, Tailwind definitely paid off right there with the Whimsicott and getting the Eruption off. I'm glad I went for the Tailwind instead of the Sunny Day, just in case. And just goes to show how much damage that Eruption can do off of Typhlosion. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Alright, we've got Sableye, Milotic, Jumpluff, Hisuian Arcanine, Mousehold, and Goldengo. Now, honestly, I want to say Baxcalibur looks okay, but I don't think so. But I kind of want to try it. Yeah, I kind of want to try it. I kind of want to try to get Trick Room up too, if possible. I think Armarouge could be potentially nice here with Indeedee. I think going for the Psychic Terrain, Expanding Force could be really nice into a lot of these Pokemon. I think what we could do here is I think we could bring Baxcalibur maybe in the back. Because I don't really like the look of that Milotic for Typhlosion. And I think we can bring Whimsicott. I think that's okay. I think that's okay because what we can always do too is we can always use Whimsicott to do a little bit of damage into Jumpluff. If we need to go Terra Grass to become immune to Sleep Powder, we do have that. Psychic Terrain would shut down Prankster and Extreme Speed, which we have both the Hisuian Arcanine and the Sableye coming out here, which is nice. Yeah, I think I popped the Terra Grass in front of this Arcanine. I think I clicked the Expanding Force into it. And let's see here. As far as their team goes, yeah, I think the Trick Room is actually going to be okay off Indeedee here. I think we try to get a little bit of chip damage off. They might Rock Slide into Armarouge, and if they do, well, so long as Armarouge doesn't flinch, I'm okay. I want to get some big damage off into the Arcanine here. And the Arcanine is a big threat to Baxcalibur, which is something I don't want to have to deal with. So, Sableye's going for Gravity. That definitely screams Rock Slide. Unfortunately, I am super slow. Oh, it's Head Smash. That's cute. That is cute. Okay. Well, I get my Citrus Berry. I can hit them back with an Expanding Force. Nothing to the Sableye, but I don't want the Sableye. I want the Arcanine. And I do get my Trick Room, which is great. That Arcanine did a lot of damage. Like, that did more damage than I am comfortable with taking. I'm going to follow me with Indeedee, just in case. Yeah, Head Smash Sableye was... Or Head Smash Arcanine Gravity Sableye was not something I was really expecting today. But, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that a lot. And you can foul play me, by all means. Good to know, too, that the Armarouge is actually faster than the Sableye outside of the Trick Room, too, so Sableye can actually foul play me. Okay. That's really good to know. Jumpluff is coming in here. Jumpluff I would love to knock out with an Armor Cannon by chance. Yeah, I'm going to fire an Armor Cannon off into them, and I think I'm going to Alluring Voice into the Sableye. Jumpluff is going to go for Protect. That's okay. I think I should be able to do a decent chunk of damage to Sableye with Alluring Voice still at the end of the day here. Armor Cannon does miss, but you know what? That's fine. Let's get the Alluring Voice off into the Sableye here. Okay, that's an okay chunk. I'm going to Armor Cannon into the Jumpluff slot again. Actually, no. I think what I'm going to do... No, I think I'm okay to do it. I was going to say they might Terrastalize, and if they do, it's gross, but it is what it is. I'm just going to protect Indeedee here, because they're probably going to try to foul play it. Yeah. They're going to foul play it right there. And Jumpluff is going to eat this Armor Cannon, which I am more than happy about. And plus, they can't Sleep Powder Indeedee this turn, too. That's the other big thing. Because what I might do here... Ooh, they were not sashed. Okay. I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to target the Sableye with the Armarouge. And then let Indeedee follow me to pull away Mouse. Ooh, you might be the sash. Also, you're shiny. Okay. Okay. How many turns of Trick Room do we have left? This is the last turn. Okay. I'm going to Armor Cannon into the Sableye. And... I'm going to try to get a Mousehold off the field. No. Alluring Voice would not have done enough damage, but you know what? That's fine. Foul play into Armarouge is definitely not enough to pick me up here. I'm going to get another Armor Cannon off into them. And then I am going to shoot that Mousehold with my Armarouge with another Armor Cannon. Yeah. Expanding Force is going to disappear. Or rather, the Psychic Trend is going to disappear. And I don't dislike Indeedee being able to go for Follow Me. And then Baxcalibur can come in here. And alongside Armarouge, we can always go from there. And actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to Trick Room with Armarouge, and we're going to Follow Me with Indeedee. Yeah. We're going to Follow Me with Indeedee. We're going to get Trick Room back up. And this way, Armarouge is faster than the Mousehold. And I don't mind taking the Pop Bomb here. We get our Trick Room up, and now we can Armor Cannon Mousehold, and we can Icicle Spear with Bax. Yeah. I think that's alright. I think that's the safe play right here. And then, oh, we also have Whimsicott left. Good for me. For some reason, I thought that I was down him on, but you know what? Armarouge just did so much work this game. I'm really happy with how it's working out right here. We'll go for the Armor Cannon, and we'll go for the Icicle Spear. And the battle's canceled. Okay, so Baxcalibur really wanted to do something, but unfortunately it just wasn't going to happen, so... I think that worked out really good, though, that we got the Trick Room up when we did. The Head Smash was a little bit scary coming off that Arcanine turn 1, not going to lie. If they had gone Terra Rock, that could have really derailed my plans, but I'm just glad we got rid of the Arcanine quickly. Always props to my opponent for having Gravity. Gravity is a really good tech to have. I really like it. And... yeah, anyways, good game to my opponent. Hey, thank you guys so much for checking out this OG Typhlosion team in action. I hope you enjoyed watching Typhlosion do as much damage as it could with its eruptions. We had some really good success here with Tailwind Eruption as well as Sunny Day Eruption. With the Sunny Day, we were able to just obliterate a Farigiraf and Ursaluna Blood Moon with the Eruption being powered up by the sun. And then we were also able to do some major damage to a Toedscruel and Galarian Weezing with Tailwind and Eruption in another match. And if I had popped the Terra Fire on Typhlosion, well, Typhlosion probably would have picked up the double KO there because it almost took out the Weezing. But I did technically want to try to get Baxcalibur in and see if Baxcalibur could do some stuff, which unfortunately Baxcalibur just... I tried. I honestly tried, guys. I tried to get Baxcalibur in, but it just really wasn't in the cards. Baxcalibur came to some games, but it just didn't really do a whole lot. That said, Armarouge popped off really hard. We had some fun here going up against a team showcasing Hisuian, Samurott, Talonflame, Rillaboom, and Amoonguss, and Armarouge was definitely our MVP. We got a Terra Grass Energy Ball off into the Samurott. We were able to pick off the Samurott with Whimsicott's Moonblast as well, and Armarouge was able to come back in and threaten the Amoonguss and the Rillaboom as well with some help from Indeedee and its Psychic Terrain. King Gambit also came to that game as well, and while it did struggle a little bit with the Talonflame by taking that Will-O-Wisp, we were still able to do some decent damage to it at the end of the day with the Sucker Punch. And then there was also the Mousehold and Hisuian Arcanine team that had the Sableye and Gravity. We ended up eating a Gravity accuracy boosted head smash into Armarouge. Thankfully, we had popped the Terra Grass and we were able to do some decent damage back to the Arcanine with the Expanding Force, but that Sableye unfortunately was going to be completely safe from that Expanding Force, so we kind of had to take our time with it a little bit, but eventually Armarouge just started racking up some KOs. We got the Armor Cannon off into the Sableye, we got it off into the Jumpluff, we got the Arcanine gone with the Expanding Force, and then the Mousehold came in, and Baxcalibur was also on the field, and we got the Trick Room back up with the Armarouge, but unfortunately, we just didn't get to do anything to that Mousehold with Bax or Armarouge for that matter. But overall, I'm fairly happy with how the team played out. Let me know what you think of the team down in the comments below, and let me know if you've used Typhlosion or Hisuian Typhlosion and what you've run with it, and if you've had any success. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.